Hey guys, Recycled Racing. Welcome back to another episode. Got a surprise for you. A lot of events and car shows and burnouts, and I've been doing a lot of stuff in the Chevelle, but I actually did this one better than I should have, and I painted it, which is the end of all projects, as you guys know. Now I don't want to do things like burnouts because I'm afraid I'm going to take out these quarter panels. So, what do? We do a lot of burnouts if you've been watching the channel for a while, and bored with it now. The fabrication is over. Well, what are we going to do? I'll show you. Oh my God. I did a thing that I often do, and that some of you car guys often do. You're sitting on Marketplace and you're beep, boop, 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 just looking for the next deal. And I stumbled upon this deal that I could not pass up. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So what we have is a 1997 S10. Already sitting in there. 5.3 liter 4L60, if you can see it back in there. It's already got some the bracketry and the main parts of it are already in there. Back here, it also comes with a bunch of parts, everything a growing boy should need to get that motor going. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these parts, put it on that motor, and we're going to try to get this thing running. I got this whole truck for cheaper than I can get the engine and transmission if I sourced it locally on Facebook Marketplace. So this is a hell of a deal, although there is one problem. Somebody tried lifting the front and didn't finish. So that's what you Carolina boys call the squat, when it looks like the dog's got worms and it's dragging its butt on the grass. That's not going to stay. So we're going to use this truck and we're going to build it, and I'm going to show you guys step by step how I do it. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of money. I'm going to try to do this as cheap as possible, trading favors, going to the junkyard, or just fabricating stuff that I need, using whatever came on there or whatever's in my scrap bin or trash cans is what's going to go on this. Henceforth, I will name this Project Dirtbag. Join me, won't you? So that's a factory 7.5 inch, I think. So that should have a short life in here. I guess we'll see how that works. Up here we got the two-piece drive shaft. Doesn't appear to have too much slack in it. Carrier bearing and the bushing all seem to be okay. Going up to the output shaft here, or the yoke. I don't know how much thread engagement that has, so I might have to pull that out and see, just to make sure we're where we need to be. I'm sure that's probably in a factory position-ish. I don't know what these are. This looks like some cutting board or something. It uses a spacer, so that's interesting. Factory shifter cable comes up and still works, because I think this had a 4L60 in it, so this might be the original transmission. I just had to raise it up some to keep the angles. Probably could use a new mount, but we'll see if I happen to stumble across a free one. There is exhaust here that was, I guess, the factory exhaust. The muffler was cut off. Gives me lots of room for activities in here. Bolts are just kind of loose in there, so obviously things I need to address. Moving our way up here, we got the factory hard lines coming off, going to the GM quick connects for evap, return, and feed. So I can snag some of those quick connects in the junkyard, and I'll probably cap this one off, and then these two guys will run up to something. I don't know what kind of fuel rail I have yet, but we'll run those up here. There were some metal lines in the box somewhere. It's good. Lots of oil everywhere. We'll see where that's coming from. Yellow wires. Hopefully that's not airbag stuff. Did say this was an H3 pan, so that's nice. Keeps it, you know, of the cross member, which is already super duper high. Does not have a starter in there, so I'm gonna have to get that. Looks like the factory lines for the cooler go and run up somewhere up there. So I don't know how the exhaust is going to come through here, so that might be a problem for later me. Does have the transmission control switch in there. Shifter was connected, but without battery power, I couldn't operate the shifter inside, so shift it right there. In case you're wondering, that's where that spark plug is. I'll put that back where it goes, right there. And somebody, I probably should be connected to something. Somebody did the lift spindles on here. I apologize because I'm laying upside down, but lift spindles, looks like they put a new ball joint in it. You know, things were happening here when decisions were made to run these newer Chevy truck tires. So that's fun. But all in all, it looks like most of the pieces here are good. And we're really close to the firewall. As you can see right there, I'm got a little bit more room on this side than the other side, so I may have to end up moving this engine position forward some. I don't know if I get you in there. Now you can see that, but that is touching. Right there in the back of the valve cover up top, it is touching. So that engine is going to have to slide forward some. I do have, it's really hard to film under here. I do have the slightest amount of room there, so I might be able to go up like a 1/4 inch that way. These mounts are adjustable, as you can see. I might be able to just slide this a little bit that way, maybe 1/8 of an inch, and I won't have to worry about the shaft too much. That's what she said. So all in all, not that bad under here. It looks like most everything is put together. I'm missing little pieces here and there, but not as bad as I was thinking. The only variables that I'm really worried about at this point, with the majority of everything being together, is this bracketry situation. Yes, I know the alternator's going to clear on that side. I just don't know with where this steering box is and where this goes for the power steering pump. And you can see that looks like they're going to be wanting to occupy the same area. I did run into this problem on the Chevelle, and somewhere in my drawer I have that smaller GM pulley, the Dorman 300, 302 or whatever, so that may take care of that. So I guess we'll get to addressing that here shortly. But I think I have pretty much everything I need besides a starter and a battery and a couple of odds and ends that I might be able to start piecing this thing together and see if I can get it to fire up, just to verify the fuel pump and everything works. Then we'll go from there. So I'm going to end this video here. I got a pretty good idea of what I have now that I've looked at it, and I will be bringing you guys along every step of the way. So thanks for watching. Make sure you do the like and subscribe things. Let me know what you guys would like to see. Again, I'm going to try to incorporate every factory feature that came on this truck to work again, and I'm going to do it. Try not to spend any money. So challenge accepted. I did take the toolbox out of the back, and I'm going to sell that, and that's going to get me on to the next thing. So I will keep letting you guys know what I'm trading for or acquiring or borrowing or whatever to get this thing to run. So see you next time. Thanks for watching. Action. Fire. I just wake up and piss excellence, and I want to go fast.
You're not first, you're last.
I was high when I said that. Did real good. Car ran real good.